Good Friday morning, Foggers. You made it to the end of the week. Congratulations, you survived another week, right? For the guys that have to work the weekend, we appreciate everything you do. Thank you for holding down the fort so a lot of us can have time with our families. And hopefully everybody repays you and you're able to spend time on your days off. And that's just part of the grind, right? We've all been there. We've all had to pay our dues with shitty days off and midnight shifts and all kinds of stuff. And so the message today, is smoke and mirrors and, bullshit, for lack of better words. And I've always been very honest with you guys. And so I keep it real. Last night I went to a law enforcement firefighters meeting that I have at church, a men's group, which was, instrumental in me recovering from my addictions many years ago, right? 13 years ago now. So, and, the meetings are always very impactful, very meaningful. Sometimes there's not very many of the guys there, but I've always said the people that have to be there are the ones that are going to be there. But anyway, getting to what I wanted to tell you guys, there are times when you're focused on your mission, right? And that could be anything. Your work as a first responder, your relationship, cooking a meal, whatever it is, right? You have your ways in which you do things, and then you have your end goal, right? So last night I noticed that things that are going on around the world were affecting our group. And what I mean by that is there's so much noise in this world, right? And I call it smoke and mirrors and the real me, just bullshit, right? There are things in the world that are not important. There are things that are super important, but they're beyond our immediate control, right? So, key things that I've talked to you guys before: surrender, right? Being present. All those things come into play, right? It seems like those are the core values of what we should be. So I just noticed last night frustration amongst a lot of the men that I have come to love and known through the years, right? And there was a lot of smoke and mirrors and influences from things going outside, political stuff especially, right? And you see people losing their minds. If you remember a couple of days ago when I told you I got that calcium score, I forgot that there was a God for like 20 minutes, right? And we do that. We're humans, we're flesh, right? We are going to fall short every single time, okay? As hard as we try. So, but in the world of first responders, whether you're fire, police, whatever, even military, when you're in an altercation, you're in a fight, right? This is a fight for your life many, many times, right? Whether it's with an assailant, right? A subject, or it's a house fire or a medical emergency, right? We're in a fight for our life many, many times. So there's nothing sweeter than hearing sirens, right? When you get on that radio or you press that emergency button and you go, hey, the subject's running, I'm fighting, I need backup. There is nothing sweeter than those sirens, right? Because in the back of your mind, you're about to get your ass whooped, and this fire's about to get put out and you're about to be taken care of, because we rely on each other, right? So through the years, when I encounter rookies, just the other day at a restaurant, I was eating breakfast, and a good friend of mine who's an FTO for civilians, field training officer, who trains rookies. And I spoke to the rookie, and the officer introduced me to his rookie. I shook hands with him. I said, hey man, thank you for serving and all that. And he was very keen, he was searching for wisdom. He had thirst, right? It's another thing that we talk about. And he goes, man, if you had to give me, he called me Sarge, hey Sarge, if there was any advice that you could give me, what would you give me? And I said, listen, the most important advice that I can give you, that somebody gave me, is go to work every day like you're completely alone. Completely alone. Like you got no radio on your hip. There's nobody coming to help you. It is just you. If you can go to work with that mindset, you'll be fine. And that covers many things. If you're about to go to a hot call, and obviously, children and other officers are our top priority. It just is. You get a child that's drowning or something like that, we drop everything and we kill ourselves to get over there, okay? Basically, right? We drive against traffic, we get on sidewalks, we use every wail and every siren there is in that car to get to that child. Same thing for officers when you can hear in their voice that they need backup. But if you follow that rule that you go to work knowing or thinking that you are by yourself, you won't get yourself into a jam that you know you can't get out of, right? You'll wait for that backup. And you'll do things very, very wise. You won't bite too much off the steak if you can't chew it, okay? So that leads me to, our struggle for mental health, addictions, peer counseling. It seems like all this falls on deaf ears, right? All the cries for help that we have, and we're not gonna stop. Like I told you, we're not going anywhere, okay? I got fed lumps of bullshit, just like you did through my career, and it's okay. I got to actually like it. So we're not going anywhere, and we're gonna keep pushing for changes culturally, in our departments and in our professions. But all this about going at it yourself leads me to tell you that, what are you doing for yourself? Every day I tell you, meal prep, weight lift, walk, do your stuff, go to therapy, go to yoga. Recently, I was talking to an officer that worked for me, or worked with me, I should say, because I hate that work for me shit. But, and she's been a yogi for years. And I keep telling her one day I'll build up the courage to go over there, right? So, what are you doing for yourself? You have to love yourself, and I push that. And it's not, again, a lot of people think that means get soft. That's not get soft, that's get hard, right? Take care of yourself, put yourself first, You have to live your life and go to work and do your stuff in your personal life like you're alone. And that leads me to the being present, right? A lot of times we do things in our life because everybody likes to get, a attaboy, right? An accolade, or a papi or a mommy, or you know what I mean? Everybody likes to feel like they belong, like they're wanted. And that's great. I'm all for that, right? I can be needy. All right, let's just say it how it is. I can be a needy person at times. And that goes back to childhood, and that's a whole other conversation. But, if you go at things at your life knowing or thinking, hey man, it's just me, I think that you're going to be off better. That doesn't mean isolate or cut yourself off from people or become some sort of a weirdo. That just means put yourself first, right? By putting yourself first, loving yourself, you won't get into situations that you can't get out of. Okay, you won't find yourself in difficult situations. And if things go the wrong way, then you have bitten off enough where you can take care of that. And that's emotionally, right? Psychologically, physically, and that was where my mindset was. I woke up today, and again, not to get political, but you hear the State of the Union, and you hear all these things, and you're like, if I'm staring at a house and it's on fire, and then you stand next to me and go, no, there's no fire. I'm like, the fuck are you talking about? The house is burning down. No, there's no fire. And you know what that's called? That's called bullshit in my world, but smoke and mirrors, right? That's not reality. And so, we're back at this position where we're constantly asking for help, and it seems like nobody's coming. So apply that to yourself. I can sit here and lie to you all day and twice on Sunday, and you can reciprocate that and lie right back to me. But I know the reality about me, whether I want to look in the mirror and see it. So I'm asking you, do you need to talk to somebody, right? Do you need to get in that gym? Even if it's not for physical, for mental. Are you not confident with yourself? Do you need somebody to tell you how great you are? So I invite you to do, again, what word? Search. What I've been telling you for a while. Search yourself. Search your soul. Search your mind. And place yourself in a better position to survive life, to survive our profession. Just do better. I constantly tell you that. And again, listen, I'm not being a hypocrite in that sense, because I'm constantly challenging myself. And now with some of the issues coming up in my health, I'm like, okay, let's go at it somewhere else. I'm not gonna sit and buckle and let shit take me out. I never let a person take me out, and I won't till the day that I die. Okay, I've always told you that. If I'm going, you're coming with me, because I don't go out like a punk. And I'm asking you to do the same thing. And I'm asking you to do that in your life, to do that, get your mind straight, Okay, it's okay to not be okay, all right? And that sounds cliche, but the fact that very rarely is anybody gonna be okay. Remember that story that my therapist told me. Who's gonna be not depressed in a world like this? But we have to pick up our big boy pants, right, and tie them up and move on. Always forward, never back. So today's message is another message of Friday hope, right? That the sun is up, the reset button is up, and that we have to get better. Do it for yourself. Do you, right? That's what the message is today. In a world where all these, everything is crumbling and seems like there's all that bullshit, that's what the enemy wants from you. To look forward and see a world of smoke and say, oh shit, what now? Nothing, man. Low crawl, get through that smoke and keep moving. That's what it's about. Keep moving. We don't stop for nobody, right? The mindset, warrior mindset in everything you do, okay? So that is my message for you guys on Friday. You guys are a bunch of badasses. Act like it. Act like a badass. Be a badass today. That's my message to you, okay? We don't take shit from nobody. We're not going to start now. So be better for you. Get better. Do you. And everything else will fall into place. Trust me when I tell you that. We should be praying for that officer that went through that scenario. I would love to talk to him. I don't know how to get a hold of him. But if anybody does that, please offer him my information and I'll give you my number at any point that you need it. So I love you guys. Happy Friday. Be a badass, okay? Do the right things for you and everything will fall into place. Be a better parent. Be a better significant other, spouse, brother. Just be better. Get better and everything falls into place. All right? God bless you. Have a great weekend. I love you guys. 3M Fog.